Day 241. 2 Corinthians 2. 1. But I decided this in myself that I would not come again in sorrow to you. 2. For if I sadden you, who will gladden me, if not the one whom I sadden? 3. And what I wrote to you is this, that those who ought to give me joy would not make me sad when I come, but I do trust in all of you that my joy belongs to all of you. 4. And I wrote to you these things in many tears from great suffering and anguish of heart, not so that you would grieve, but so that you would know the abundant love that I have for you. 5. But if a man grieves me, it is not me he grieves, but in a small fashion all of you, so that this statement should not weigh upon you. 6. But this rebuke that is from the many is sufficient for him. 7. And now on the other hand, it is necessary to forgive him and comfort him, lest he who is such be swallowed up in excessive grief. 8. Therefore I beseech you to confirm your love to him. 9. For this cause I have written also to know by a test if you are obedient in everything. 10. But the one whom you forgive, I forgive also, for anything that I forgave him, that which I forgave in the presence of the Messiah I forgave for your sakes. 11. Lest Satan would overtake us, for we know his devices. 12. But when I came to Troas with the gospel of the Messiah and a door was opened to me by Elohim Jehovah. 13. I had no rest in my spirit, for I did not find Titus, my brother, but I left them and went out to Macedonia. 14. But I thank Jehovah, who at all times makes us a vision in the Messiah and reveals the fragrance of his knowledge by us in every place. 15. For we are a sweet fragrance to Jehovah in the Messiah among those who have life and among those who perish. 16. To the latter, the stench of death for death, and to the former, the fragrance of the life for life. And who shall be worthy for these things? 17. For we are not like others who blend the words of Jehovah, but according to that which is in the truth and according to that which is from Jehovah, before Jehovah in the Messiah we speak. 2 Corinthians 3. 1. Do we introduce ourselves again from the beginning to show you what we are, or do we need, as others, letters of commandments to be written to you about us, or for you to write to give decrees concerning us? 2. But you are our letter written in our heart and known and read by everyone. 3. For you know that you are a letter of the Messiah that is ministered by us, written not in ink, but by the Spirit of the living Jehovah, not in tablets of stone, but in tablets of hearts of flesh. 4. But in this way we have trust in the Messiah toward Jehovah. 5. Not that we are sufficient to think anything is from ourselves, but our power is from Jehovah. 6. He who made us worthy to be ministers of the new covenant, not in the scripture, but in the Spirit, for the scripture kills, but the Spirit gives life. 7. But if the ministry of death in the scripture carved in stone was with glory, so that the children of Israel were not able to gaze at the face of Moses because of the glory of his face, that which has been cancelled. 8. How shall therefore the ministry of the Spirit not be all the more with glory? 9. For if the administration of a guilty verdict was certain glory, how much more shall the administration of righteousness superabound in glory? 10. For that which was glorified was not even glorious by comparison to that excellent glory. 11. For if that which has been eliminated was with glory, all the more that which remains shall be with glory. 12. Therefore, because we have this hope, we conduct ourselves publicly all the more. 13. And not as Moses, who had laid a veil over his face, so that the children of Israel would not gaze at the termination of that which was ceasing. 14. But they were blinded in their understanding, for until today whenever the Old Testament is read, that veil remains over them, and it is not revealed that it is being abolished by the Messiah. 15. And until today, whenever Moses is read, the veil is laid over their heart. 16. And whenever any one of them will be turned to Elohim Jehovah, the veil is taken away from him. 17. But the Spirit is Elohim Jehovah, and wherever the Spirit of Elohim Jehovah is, there is freedom. 18. But we all see the glory of Elohim Jehovah with unveiled faces, as in a mirror, and we are changed into the image from glory to glory, as from Elohim Jehovah, the Spirit. Numbers 13. 1. And Elohim spoke to Moses, saying, 2. Send for thee men, and let them spy the land of the Canaanites, which I give to the sons of Israel for a possession, 1 man for a tribe. Thou shalt send them away according to their families, every one of them a prince. 3. And Moses sent them out of the wilderness of Pharaoh by the word of Elohim. All these were the princes of the sons of Israel. 4. And these are their names: of the tribe of Reuben, Samuel the son of Zachar. 5. Of the tribe of Simeon, Saphat the son of Suri. 6. Of the tribe of Judah, Shalev the son of Jephone. 7. Of the tribe of Issachar, Elal the son of Joseph. 8. Of the tribe of Ephraim, Oz the son of Nau. 9. Of the tribe of Benjamin, Phalti the son of Raphu. 10 of the tribe of Zabulon, Gadiel the son of Sudi. 11 of the tribe of Joseph of the sons of Manasseh, Gadi the son of Susi. 12 of the tribe of Dan, Amiel the son of Gamali. 13 of the tribe of Azer, Sathar the son of Michael. 14 of the tribe of Naphtali, Nabi the son of Sabi. 15 of the tribe of Gad, Gadiel the son of Maki. 16 These are the names of the men whom Moses sent to spy out the land, and Moses called Oz the son of Now, Joshua. 17 And Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan, and said to them, Go up by this wilderness, and ye shall go up to the mountain. 18 And ye shall see the land, what it is, and the people that dwells on it, whether it is strong or weak, or whether they are few or many. 19 And what the land is on which they dwell, whether it is good or bad, and what the cities are wherein these dwell, whether they dwell in walled cities or unwalled. 20 And what the land is, whether rich or poor, whether there are trees in it or no, and ye shall persevere and take of the fruits of the land, and the days were the days of spring, the forerunners of the grape. 21 And they went up and surveyed the land from the wilderness of Sin to Rub, as men go into Amath. 22 And they went up by the wilderness, and departed as far as Chebron, and there was Achiman, and Sesi, and Thelemi, the progeny of Anak. Now Chebron was built 7 years before Tanan of Egypt. 23 And they came to the valley of the cluster and surveyed it, and they cut down thence a bough and one cluster of grapes upon it, and bore it on staves, and they took of the pomegranates and the figs. 24 And they called that place, the valley of the cluster, because of the cluster which the children of Israel cut down from thence. 25 And they returned from thence, having surveyed the land, after 40 days. 26 And they proceeded and came to Moses and Aaron and all the congregation of the children of Israel, to the wilderness of Pharan Cades, and they brought word to them and to all the congregation, and they showed the fruit of the land. 27 And they reported to him, and said, We came into the land into which thou sentest us, a land flowing with milk and honey, and this is the fruit of it. 28 Only the nation that dwells upon it is bold, and they have very great and strong walled towns, and we saw there the children of Anak. 29 And Amalek dwells in the land toward the south, and the Chetite and the Evite, and the Jebusite, and the Amorite dwells in the hill country, and the Canaanite dwells by the sea, and by the river Jordan. 30 And Chaleb stayed the people from speaking before Moses, and said to him, Nay, but we will go up by all means, and will inherit it, for we shall surely prevail against them. 31 But the men that went up together with him said, We will not go up, for we shall not by any means be able to go up against the nation, for it is much stronger than we. 32 And they brought a horror of that land which they surveyed upon the children of Israel, saying, The land which we passed by to survey it, is a land that eats up its inhabitants, and all the people whom we saw in it are men of extraordinary stature. 33 And there we saw the giants, and we were before them as locusts, yea even so were we before them. Jeremiah 10:1 Hear ye the word of Elohim, which he has spoken to you, O house of Israel. 2 Thus saith Elohim, Learn ye not the ways of the heathen, and be not alarmed at the signs of the sky, for they are alarmed at them, falling on their faces. 3 For the customs of the nations are vain, it is a tree cut out of the forest, the work of the carpenter, or a molten image. 4 They are beautified with silver and gold, they fix them with hammers and nails. 5 They will set them up that they may not move, it is wrought silver, they will not walk, it is forged silver. They must certainly be born, for they cannot ride of themselves. Fear them not, for they cannot do any evil, and there is no good in them. 9 Brought from Tharsis, gold will come from Mephaz, and the work of goldsmiths, they are all the works of craftsmen, they will clothe themselves with blue and scarlet. 11 Thus shall ye say to them, Let the gods which have not made heaven and earth perish from off the earth, and from under this sky. 12 It is Elohim that made the earth by his strength, who set up the world by his wisdom, and by his understanding stretched out the sky. 13 And set abundance of waters in the sky, and brought up clouds from the ends of the earth. He made lightnings for the rain, and brought forth light out of his treasures. 14 Every man is deprived of knowledge, every goldsmith is confounded because of his graven images, for he has cast false gods, there is no breath in them. 15 They are vain works, wrought in mockery, in the time of their visitation they shall perish. 16 Such is not the portion of Jacob, for he that formed all things, he is his inheritance, Elohim is his name. 17 He has gathered thy substance from without the lodged in choice vessels. 18 For thus saith Elohim, Behold, I will overthrow the inhabitants of this land with affliction, that thy plague may be discovered. 19 Alas for thy ruin! Thy plague is grievous, and I said, Surely this is thy wound, and it has overtaken thee. 20 Thy tabernacle is in a ruinous state, it has perished, and all thy curtains have been torn asunder, my children and my cattle are no more, there is no more any place for my tabernacle, nor place for my curtains. 21 For the shepherds have become foolish, and have not sought Elohim, therefore the whole pasture has failed, and the sheep have been scattered. 22 Behold, there comes a sound of a noise, and a great earthquake from the land of the north, to make the cities of Judah a desolation, and a resting place for ostriches. 23 I know, O Elohim, that man's way is not his own, neither shall a man go, and direct his going. 24 Chasten us, O Elohim, but with judgment, and not in wrath, lest thou make us few. 25 Pour out thy wrath upon the nations that have not known thee, and upon the families that have not called upon thy name, for they have devoured Jacob, and consumed him, and have made his pasture desolate. Psalms 139. 1 For the end, a psalm of David, O Elohim, thou hast proved me, and known me. 2 Thou knowest my down sitting and mine uprising, thou understandest my thoughts long before. 3 Thou hast traced my path and my bed, and hast foreseen all my ways. 4 For there is no unrighteous word in my tongue, behold, O Elohim, thou hast known all things. 5 The last and the first, thou hast fashioned me, and laid thine hand upon me. 6 The knowledge of thee is too wonderful for me, it is very difficult, I cannot attain to it. 7 Whither shall I go from thy spirit? And whither shall I flee from my presence? 8 If I should go up to heaven, thou art there, if I should go down to hell, thou art present. 9 If I should spread my wings to fly straight forward, and sojourn at the extremity of the sea, it would be vain. 10 For even there thy hand would guide me, and thy right hand would hold me. 11 When I said, Surely the darkness will cover me, even the night was light in my luxury. 12 For darkness will not be darkness with thee, but night will be light as day, as its darkness, so shall its light be to thee. 13 For thou, O Elohim, hast possessed my reins, thou hast helped me from my mother's womb. 14 I will give thee thanks, for thou art fearfully wondrous, wondrous are thy works, and my soul knows it well. 15 My bones, which thou madest in secret were not hidden from thee, nor my substance, in the lowest parts of the earth. 16 Thine eyes saw my unwrought substance, and all men shall be written in thy book, they shall be formed by day, though there should for a time be no one among them. 17 But thy friends, O Jehovah, have been greatly honored by me, their rule has been greatly strengthened. 18 I will number them, and they shall be multiplied beyond the sand, I awake, and am still with thee. 19 O that thou wouldest slay the wicked, O Jehovah, depart from me, ye men of blood. 20 Or thou wilt say concerning their thought that they shall take thy cities in vain. 21 Have I not hated them, O Elohim, that hate thee? And wasted away because of thine enemies. 22 I have hated them with perfect hatred, they were counted my enemies. 23 Prove me, O Jehovah, and know my heart, examine me, and know my paths. 24 And see if there is any way of iniquity in me, and lead me in an everlasting way.